Have a seat. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Kathleen Gallo, and I'm the founding dean of the Hofstra Northwell School of Graduate Nursing and Physician Assistant Studies, and I'm also the executive vice president and chief learning officer for Northwell Health. Stuart Rabinowitz, Michael Dowling, Ralph Nappy, Herman Berliner, Dr. Lawrence Smith, distinguished faculty, colleagues, families, friends, and most of all, the class of 2019. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our second nursing convocation. I would like to begin by thanking the president of Hofstra University, Stuart Rabinowitz, and Michael Dowling, the president and CEO of Northwell Health, for their vision and ongoing support for our new school as it grows in an effort to meet the needs of the communities that we serve. Also, a special thank you to Dr. Lawrence Smith, who is the dean of the Donald and Barbara Zucker School of Medicine, for his partnership, mentorship, and support of our nursing school. Now, today I have invited a special guest, someone who has had a significant impact on my career. Her name is Ora Bowie, who at the time when I applied for the master's program at Stony Brook was both faculty and the chair of the department. So this is back in 1985. I have small kids, 4 and 5 years old. My husband's working. I'm working part-time. I submit my application early that year, and I forget about it. Towards the end of August, I get a phone call from Ora Bowie from Stony Brook, asking what my plans are. We have your application, she says, but we have no follow-up. And I thought, oof. She said, so can we expect you in 2 weeks? And without even thinking, I said, oh, yes, of course. And then, we got off the phone, and that was that. And I thought, how can I go to school in 2 weeks? I haven't even thought about this since I put the application in. Anyway, there I was in class 2 weeks after that phone call, and the rest is history. So many times I wonder if the chair of that department, Ora Bowie, did not call me that August, what path my career would have taken. Perhaps I wouldn't even be standing here in this role today. So the moral of the story, graduates, is influencers enter your life at different points in time. Know when they show up. It's not just a coincidence. Also, on behalf of the faculty and students, I would like to sincerely thank the Hagedorn Foundation, Donald and Barbara Zucker, the Faye J. Linda Foundation, and the family of Meg Smith for their generosity and support of our students. We are very fortunate to have dedicated benefactors as our school grows. So it is now my pleasure to introduce the president of Hofstra University, Stuart Rabinowitz, to say a few words.
Thank you and good morning, and I'm absolutely delighted to be here with you this morning. But this ceremony, well, it presents both an opportunity but also a challenge. And the challenge is, in about 48 hours, you will hear from me again, this time at our formal academic graduate commencement Sunday afternoon. You know, you only have so many speeches you could give. And I know you're already wearing your robe today, and you will wear it Sunday, and that's a good thing. You're the only ones who get 2 uses out of those robes. But I just can't give you the same speech twice. So I won't, I promise. What I will do is take this opportunity to congratulate you and celebrate your achievements as only our second class of nurse practitioners. You have joined us before we even graduated our first class. So you are, as they were, pioneers, taking a chance on a new program. And that we are all here today is primarily a tribute to 3 things. First, we are fortunate to have a wonderful partnership between Hofstra University and the Northwell Health System. And of course, the health system is represented here today by my friend and colleague, Michael Dowling, who will speak to you in a moment. And it is not true that I erased his name from the program. I don't know who did that, but I swear, Michael, wasn't me. But partnerships between big institutions like Hofstra University and Northwell are complex. But each institution recognized that in today's world of healthcare and medicine, these kinds of partnerships allow us to be innovative, cutting edge, creative, and ultimately to also deliver an education that is humanistic and holistic in approach. Together, it is no exaggeration to say that the health system and the university are preparing the healthcare leaders who are uniquely ready for the demands and challenges of the 21st century. The second factor in our success, and believe me, as president of a university for 18 years, I know this is no small matter. The second factor is that we have a founding dean whose determination and dedication to succeed is fierce and unwavering, as is her commitment to the field of nursing. Her personal devotion to the nurses who work in the Northwell Health system, and her drive to improve the status and the recognition and the professionalism of nurses generally is simply stated unmatched. So please join me in a special round of applause to thank our founding dean, Kathy Gallo. Thirdly, and most importantly, we are here because of the achievements of our graduating students. We know that you have sacrificed to reach this day. You have balanced professional obligation and personal lives with classes, late hours of study, hundreds of hours of advanced clinical practice care. You may have thought at first that this was a part-time program when you started. I have no idea who told you that. I never said that. I never said that. I think it must have been a misprint. But your commitment, we know, was all in. It had to be to get here. As Dean Gallo tells prospective students, there are easier programs out there, and there are. But you took the more challenging road, the more rigorous road. And when you take your boards in a few months, you will be as prepared as possible and ready to take your place as a leader and a clinician. Nurse practitioners are absolutely essential to the delivery of effective and efficient health care. Medicine can no longer rely only on an individual. It requires a team of dedicated and knowledgeable healthcare professionals. The linchpins of that team are going to be nurse practitioners who provide holistic and humanistic care, who blend clinical experience in diagnosing and treating health conditions with an emphasis on disease prevention and health management. You will be the leaders and the mentors and the advisors and the clinicians of American healthcare. And so when you do walk across that stage on Sunday in front of thousands of other graduates and their families, I will feel absolutely privileged to have the chance to shake your hand and congratulate each of you personally. For now, I just thank you for allowing me to share in this convocation. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and let me first of all say a special congratulations. Seconding what Stuart Benowitz just said, I also want to say a special thanks to Kathy Gallo and all of the faculty and the leadership, because without great leadership, a program like this would never have started. It would never have been as successful as it is. And we can look back with extraordinary pride and accomplishment about what has been done over the last couple of years. And this program today is the result of the culmination of a lot of activities around nursing education that we have been pursuing for many, many, many years. I also want to congratulate the families that are here, because, you know, the graduates I know will recognize that while this was, you know, a difficult transition, difficult work, because you actually were going to school while you were working. Many of you had babies while you were going to school and working. Others, I believe, are about to have babies. Not today, please. But I also know that this is also a special day for the families. And so the people who supported you, your husbands, your friends, your partners, your kids, also deserve a very, very special round of applause, because they're the ones that made all of this happen. So in many ways, everybody that is in this room is graduating today, and always looking forward to what can come in the future. Because if you're not continuing to move upward, continue to expand, continuing to broaden your horizon, broaden your perspective, stretch yourself a little bit further, if you're not in that constant process of doing that, then life is not as exciting. What makes you feel good about yourself is this desire to continue to progress, improve, and get better. And as we're going through lots of transformation in healthcare these days, and seconding what Stu Rabinowitz just said, healthcare is going through major transformation. You're in the middle of it. You understand it. It is changing quickly. It will change dramatically over the next decade. And you're going to be at the epicenter. You are today, but you will be in the future at the epicenter of that change, so that we can continue, as we're trying all of the time, to improve care delivery, do things better, pursue new discovery, change the way people are treated, enhance the way people are treated, understand that as we continue to use technology more and more, that we never lose the human aspect of care delivery. That is the combination of using technology, but making sure that the person at the center is what's all important here, and the human aspect of those people that we take care of. And you do this better than anybody. Nurse practitioners' roles will continue to expand, continue to improve. You will be doing a lot more work in the future in new arenas than you have been up to this point. And as was also said before, many of you will be the leaders in the organization going forward. And I have just two last points I would just like to mention. One is you today are in a different place than you were a year ago. You now have another degree. You are now in a greater leadership role than you were in the past. Your obligation and your responsibility today is greater than it was before, just because of what you've accomplished. You have raised to another level. So one of my desires and hopes is that you instill that desire, that commission, that compassion, that dedication into all of those other professionals that you work with. Because to them, they will look up to you. You are mentors, you are coaches, you are leaders. So how you impart that knowledge and how you impart that desire to all of those others that work around you, all of the other nurses, some who may want to continue and follow in your footsteps, but even those that don't, that you instill in them that desire to continue to do it better. Because once you do it better, life becomes better. Once you improve what you do, your life improves. And the last point I've mentioned is, we're entering a political campaign. You're going to have politicians all over the place. It looks like everybody wants to run for president. And somebody here might even get up today and think about it, since everybody else is doing it. In fact, if you did that, you'd be a heck of a lot more qualified than many of the people have already declared. And you're going to hear an awful lot being discussed about health care. You're going to hear a lot of negativity, a lot of criticism about health care. It seems like a favorite pastime. But I'd ask you to keep in mind that what we do is special. The work that we do is extraordinary. The successes that we have are extraordinary. All of you are very familiar with the accomplishments of healthcare over the past number of decades and what we can do today that in the years past we could not even imagine doing. So while people are out there talking about the things that are wrong, remind everybody that you have contact with that on most of what we do is done the right way, that it is a positive endeavor we're involved in, that successes occur every day, that healthcare has been a phenomenal success in the United States over the past couple of decades. You see miracles happening every day. You see people cured every day. You see people improved every day. You see people coming in the morning in dire circumstance, and because of your efforts, you see them going out at night in a better situation. That is success. We're in a great business doing great work. You can always look at the cup either being half full or half empty. I like to look upon it as being half full. While we have a lot of change to make and a lot of improvements to make, what we do, we can take pride in. So in other words, look at the world through the lens of optimism. Think optimistically about what has accomplished in healthcare, what you are doing, what you have been doing, and what you will do in the future. And everybody would be a lot more successful if everybody looks at the good things that are going on while acknowledging the things that don't go well, but recognizing the positive. There is no business better than healthcare. There are no people who do better work than you. So hold your heads high and walk tall and talk to other people and tell other people about the great work that is being done each and every day by every one of you. You make people's lives better. That's why you're here, and that's why you're going to continue to be leaders in the future. So with that, I would like to say congratulations, thank you, you make us all proud. Hofstra and as President Rabinowitz said about the partnership between Hofstra and Northwell, that partnership works not because of us, but because of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you, Michael. So now, it's my honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Deirdre O'Flaherty. Dr. O'Flaherty has demonstrated progressive clinical, academic, and leadership experience in emergency, trauma, perioperative, and orthopedic nursing in her role as Senior Administrative Director for Patient Care Services at Lenox Hill Hospital. She is also a surgical nurse and an orthopedic program coordinator. In addition to her role at Lenox Hill, she presents, conducts research, and is well published in the areas of resilience, structural empowerment, and engagement. Dr. O'Flaherty is a graduate of the Case Western Reserve University Francis Payne Bolton DNP program, a community nurse leader, and a member of Sigma Theta Tau. Please join me in welcoming Dr. O'Flaherty to give our keynote address.
Good morning, everybody. I am truly delighted to be here with you today and to recognize your achievement, and most importantly, to congratulate you and your loved ones, family, and all that have supported you on this incredible journey. When Dean Gallo and Dr. McLeod asked that I speak with you and suggested that I share some of my work on the topic of resilience, I was honored, and truly I'm humbled to be before you. My interest in the concept of resilience started during my doctoral studies, and I continue to research this phenomenon or theory with particular interest in resilience in nursing. In preparation for this discussion today, I reached out to my mentor, Dr. Joyce Fitzpatrick, and I know some of you know her, and asked what would be the most significant concepts of resilience to highlight. And she said to me, why not tell your story? Tell the graduates about your journey and resilience. So as mentioned during the introduction, I'm a nursing director at Lenox Hill Hospital, and I had the great privilege of working the night of Superstorm Sandy. Fortunately, we had advance notice that the storm was pending, And that gave us as a hospital and a healthcare system the opportunity to prepare and plan for the event. Staffing, provisions, and work assignments were in place. We relied on our previous experience in dealing with storms as we had lived through Hurricane Irene, and that provided valuable insight and afforded us with opportunity for planning in the event that we would again have a significant storm and the need to facilitate transfers. My colleagues and I had planned our schedules to support the nursing teams, and I opted to work the night shift. Now, this is probably where I should tell you and mention that I live in Breezy Point. I prepared my house to weather the storm and reported into work. I was assigned to nursing operations in the command center at Lenox Hill Hospital, and notification was received from EMS and the health system that we were going to receive transfers from our neighboring hospitals in the flood zone. Turn it on this way. You can just go to the next slide. So we watched the news reports on the television in the command center and saw the ambulances loading up in preparation to disperse patients. We assembled in the emergency department and greeted patients as they arrived at our ER entrance and assigned them to admission beds. During the rapid admission of patients from NYU, and in the midst of all of this, one of my assistant nurse managers, Heather, went into labor on our ortho unit while working. She had a lovely, healthy baby boy. She didn't name him Sandy. She chose Logan, and he still is quite a bit of a hurricane, I might admit. As the night progressed, we increased our inpatient volume with 108 admissions in record time, arriving via ambulance without medical records, as their chart was an electronic medical record. When we settled patients and staff, I was in the command center for an update when the news reports were on the television, and I heard and watched the devastation throughout the Rockaways and Breezy Point. In some ways, it was reminiscent of working in the emergency room during 9/11. The only difference is that during this disaster, we were able to care for actual patients. A few of us that had worked during 9/11 commented that. And as trying as the situation was, we could at least comfort those in need. What was really evident during this event was nursing resilience. We as a team and healthcare system managed in extraordinary circumstances to deal with the aftermath of the storm, the rapid admissions, finding patients and team members throughout the healthcare system refuge, and to stay calm in a turbulent time. As nurses, we experience trying times daily while dealing with competing priorities, whether they're personal concerns at home, school, or work. Often we have to leave a challenging patient or clinical situation and turn around and without any time to decompress, face yet another challenge. To do this, you have to be resilient. Research shows that nurses are resilient. Each and every one of you would not be here today without resilience and courage. What's most important, though, is keeping up the energy to cope and meet these challenges head on. It just so happens that my first class in the DNP program was scheduled to start the weekend following the storm. The thought of starting the program was overwhelming in light of all the chaos and havoc. Fortunately, and without really knowing it, resilience took over. Resilience is the ability to bounce back when adversity strikes, to cope and to manage. A combination of factors contribute to resilience. Many studies show that the primary factor in resilience is having caring and supportive relationships within and outside the family, relationships that create love and trust, provide role models, and offer encouragement and reassurance help bolster a person's resilience. Several additional factors are associated with resilience, including the capacity to make realistic plans and take steps to carry them out, a positive view of yourself and confidence in your strengths and abilities, skills in communication and problem solving, the capacity to manage strong feelings and impulses. All of these are factors that people can develop in themselves. Resilience can be learned. Norman Garmezi, a developmental psychologist, is noted to have identified a trait in children that despite incredibly difficult circumstances, some kids would exceed or even excel. He identified this trait as resilience. Bonanno, a clinical psychologist with significant research on resilience theory, says that perception is the key to resilience. Do you conceptualize an event as traumatic or as an opportunity to learn? Decades of research reveals that resilience can be a set of skills that can be taught. Now, historically, the origin of resilience in the literature reaches back to World War I and the extraordinary journey of Ernest Shackleton and his crew's expedition to Antarctica in 1914. After 2 years of being shipwrecked and stranded in the adverse conditions of the glacial Antarctic, the entire crew survived. Sir Shackleton is recognized for his legendary courage and heroism in leading his crew to safety, and his leadership behavior became a role model for successful managers. One of the things that he recognized was the need for relaxation and humor, and when he and the crew had to leave the shipwreck Endurance, he insisted on bringing the banjo. He said, "It's vital medicine, and we shall need it." Now, there will be days when you will feel like you are at the helm of the Endurance, but take a lesson from Shackleton and enjoy every day. Try to see the humor and live life to its fullest. Take time to relax, time for your family, and time for yourself. Well, you've probably heard and discussed in class that some of the expectations of your role will be to participate in initiatives for reducing cost, enhancing the patient experience, and improving the delivery of safe, quality care, which is known as the triple aim of healthcare. You may also recall that this has expanded to the quadruple aim, which incorporates the goal to create and foster an environment that supports joy at work. At the core of this are activities that support workforce engagement and the experience of joy and meaning in the work of healthcare. Evidence supports the correlation between joy and decreasing burnout, improving morale, and the desire to stay in your role. It is about assets, not deficits, creating an environment where it is recognized how meaningful our work is, a sense of purpose, trust and camaraderie. Joy is everyone's job. So fun at work is an imperative. Shackleton as a leader knew and believed in this, and therefore he insisted on bringing the banjo. So let's talk about another historical leader, a resilient leader, a nursing leader. Last week we celebrated Nurses Week, which ends on May 12th, Florence Nightingale's birthday. In addition to this quote, she said, "How very little can be done under the spirit of fear." This speaks to cultivating an environment where culture and outcomes are linked. Her courage in speaking up and challenging the traditional medical authority was instrumental in advancing collaborative, high-quality care and defining necessary elements for cultures of safety. Nurses are high-impact leaders. Nightingale set the vision for nursing as a profession. She established principles and priorities for nursing education. She was an early proponent of evidence-based care. She recognized the privilege of nurses to view, understand, and transform healthcare systems. She was committed to interprofessional learning systems to continually improve healthcare and health. She believed that hospital leaders must ensure patient and workforce safety as core values. Understanding data is essential for improvement. Nightingale calls statistics the most important science in the world. She broke new ground with her use of data to understand the current state, evaluate priorities, and assess progress in patient outcomes. Florence Nightingale believed in the body's restorative process. Now that's resilience. In January of 2019, Dr. Ghebreyesus, the Director General of the World Health Organization, said nurses are the bridge of healthcare, a crucial link between the people of the community and the complex healthcare system. Nurses are on the front lines of healthcare, and he made the official proposal to declare 2020 the Year of the Nurse, bringing attention to the fact that 2020 is also the 200th anniversary of Florence Nightingale. He said, "We need to celebrate people like her who've contributed greatly to humanity. So I celebrate you. Congratulations on your achievement, much success in your new role, and I encourage you to continue your education. Nurses are lifelong learners." Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. O'Flaherty. So now it's time for the awards, the fun part. So this class was given the opportunity to vote on a member of their cohort who they felt embodies the mission, vision, and values of our graduate nursing program. And to select one of their peers to give the address on behalf of the class. And so Chanel Grant, would you come up, please?
Thank you to my peers. Thank you very, very much. Good morning, family, friends, colleagues, and faculty. Welcome to the Hofstra Northwell School of Graduate Nursing 2019 Convocation Ceremony. Most importantly, please help me to congratulate my acute care and family nurse practitioner peers. We finally made it. I know it was all a dream back in fall 2016, but we are here. The day has finally come. Remember when we got our acceptance letter in the mail and we were all excited to come here? Remember that? And then we went to orientation and they started talking about the Pearls pedagogy. Remember thinking to yourself, I can't do this. This is crazy. Or my personal favorite, this is insane. Remember moments of frustration and them telling us this is a spiraling program and to trust the process, it's all gonna come back around. Even then we didn't believe. Now look at us, wheels up and ready to go. Now we automatically take deeper dives into learning and critically thinking. Who would have thought in 2016 that our whole life, the way we think, speak, and write would be an evolution of our Hofstra Northwell education? It is so engraved that even our friends who are MPs or soon to be notice that we speak, write, and think differently. Nothing worth having comes easy. And I can definitely reassure you that this program was not easy. And the truth is, without my husband, my parents, my sisters, I would not be standing here today. And so I think we should take this opportunity to congratulate not only ourselves, but our family members, our spouses, our significant others, our friends, our brothers, our sisters who helped us to reach this point. We also would like to thank the faculty, because without their support, we wouldn't be here either. No one ever said this was going to be easy. If you're looking for easy, this is not the profession for you. At times, our days will be stressful, exhausting, and sometimes thankless. During those times, we must dig deeper. In the midst of that are small acts of kindness, empathy, humanity, and hope that we instill in our patients and our colleagues. As nurse practitioners, we are in the business of building healthier communities, saving lives, and offering solace. We are not only on this journey to improve the health literacy and healthcare delivery of our community, but to fulfill our public obligation to our fellow man. In challenging times, I want you to remember this journey and why you chose to pursue this profession. I challenge us to commit to our profession enough to execute it to the highest level of educational excellence. I challenge us not only to continue providing exceptional care to our patients, but to partake actively on the advancement of our profession. With great knowledge comes great responsibilities. It is our responsibility to be innovative in these challenging times of healthcare delivery. It is our responsibility to advocate for our profession, because if we don't, then who will? Let us embrace our new role as providers. Let us go out and be the provider we would want for our loved ones. Just like the ABCs used to manage emergency situations, let us remember these ABCs of life. To A, always remember this journey. B, be humble of the past and optimistic about the future. C, commit to excellence. As Hofstra Northwell nurse practitioner alumni, let us practice humanism and face the future with enthusiasm and hope. Congratulations to us, class of 2019, and welcome to the future as nurse practitioners. Thank you.
Well done, Chanel Grant. Awesome. Okay. We now will present the 2018 awards for our students and our faculty. Dr. Renee McLeod, will you please step forward and present the Nurse Practitioner Student Achievement Award?
Thank you, Dean Gallo, and thank you again, Chanel, for that riveting welcome to the profession. This award was voted on by the faculty of the graduate nursing program. The award represents the student who holistically embodies the values of the graduate nursing program and promotes the role of an advanced practice nurse. The Nurse Practitioner Student Achievement Award goes to Caitlin Carpenter.
Thank you. Now, the class was also asked to select a faculty member who demonstrates excellence and embodies the Pearls philosophy in both their teaching and learning practices. Chanel, can you come up and announce the Pearls Faculty Award winner? I'll accept one.
Thank you. I forgot what I was supposed to say. Oh, here it is. Oh, thank you. It's okay. It's my pleasure to give the inaugural Pearls Faculty Award to Dr. Michael Casara.
So I will accept for Dr. Casara. By the way, this is the second year. He won last year, he won this year. He's not able to attend because he's being inducted as the president for the Simulation Academy of the Society for Academic Emergency Medicine today. So thank you. And now for the Dean's Award. So the Dean's Award is the only decision I can make by myself. It's an honor to present the Dean's Award. You know, I watch students all the time from the moment they come in orientation till a day like today and Sunday for graduation. And so this student, we received this person's application. It was August 2016, and our class was full already. We received 5 applications late, and we thought, let's look at them. If we're going to accept them, we'll defer all 5 until the following September. And as we went through them, the first 4 we deferred to the following September, and then we looked at this person's application and the interview sheets, and the person had a perfect interview score, which never happens. And we thought, all right, we have room for one more. And this student consistently achieved excellence. There was an assignment that the class had to do out in the community at some senior centers. I received an email from the director of that center about the work that student was doing with the seniors, always going beyond what was necessary. So I am honored to present this award to Max McDonald. Okay, so we're going to take a couple of minutes and share a video to share with all of you the experiences that the students have had over the past 3 years. guys had fun. Okay. Doctors DeVoe, McLeod will stand here. Dr. Samuel will now announce the students.
Good morning and felicitations to one and all. I have the absolute honor to present the candidates who, having successfully completed their course of study, have been recommended by the faculty for their respective degree. Candidates, please rise. Please refrain from applauding until the final student has been presented. At least try. Claudia Chari. Chanel Grant. Ayla Farazai. Amy Seung-hyun Kim. Joan Bartholomew. Cassandra Brown. Congratulations. Roselli Casimir. Jinu Thomas. Ivy Meneses. Vincy Johnson. April Mayer. Diana Dalmasi. Alice DeNicola. Sarah Devaney. Caitlin Boyle. Michaela Wolf. Dana Coletto. Samantha Garzona. Tatiana Martinez. Jen Min Lin. Melody Lin. Congratulations. Hadassah Bennett. Max McDonald. Gregory Toomey. Scott Snortland. Melissa Fackler. Antoinette Pinto. Evelyn Gordon. Caitlin Carpenter. Megan Billia. Carrie O'Brien Espinoza. Ellie Beatis. Ashley Prever. Cassandra Janaitis. Elena Creeman. Sashala McGregor. Viviana Dodd. Ashley Churchill. Christina Galgano. Daniel Regan. Ariel Dominguez. Ross Riemann. Amy Smith. Arkady Murdakayev. Michael Alvarez. Noelle Washington. Nice to see you again. Nara Zapata. Christian Joe Velez. Congratulations. Dr. DeVoe?
At this time, I would ask that all the graduates of 2019 please stand, and we're going to recite the oath together, and that can be found on page 4 in your program. So, I promise to face challenges and obstacles with courage, strength, compassion, and excellence, and always remember that on the other side of my important work is a human, someone who loves and is loved. I will remain humble, remembering my strengths and the strengths of all disciplines while embracing the values of leadership, scholarship, collaboration, and humanism. I will continue to challenge existing norms to achieve high-quality, value-based healthcare outcomes while increasing access to care. I commit to lifelong learning and providing dignity, fostering care by integrating the innovations of nursing science with the art of healing. I will foster scholarship in a culture of excellence, discovery, integration, application, and education, linking scientific discovery to advanced global health. I will remain committed to the path of excellence, innovation, discovery, and inquiry, and to developing advanced practice nurses and communities of practice. I will respect diversity and have the courage to lead and positively influence future societal norms. Thank you, and you may be seated. Okay.
So this is a wonderful and exciting day for all of us. We are celebrating the graduation of our second class of nurse practitioners, a cohort of 43 master's prepared, nurse practitioner ready, willing and able to practice as advanced practice nurses, many of whom have already been hired at Northwell Health in the areas such as medicine, emergency medicine, interventional radiology, cardiology, electrophysiology. Many of these graduates are having 2 and 3 interviews, as you all know. Many of the graduates are getting multiple offers. The recruiters at Northwell called me to state how impressed both they were as well as the departments that are interviewing them, this group, that they are highly professional and that they are ready to work. In addition to these students graduating, we're also celebrating another inaugural class, a class of practicing nurse practitioners who were brave enough to come back to school for additional education to become double boarded and expand their areas of practice. So they were either family nurse practitioners and came back to become acute care nurse practitioners, or acute care nurse practitioners that came back to become family nurse practitioners. So we have that inaugural class with us today as well. And we're not done yet. We're also celebrating the graduation of our inaugural class of registered nurse first assistants. These graduates are either certified OR nurses or nurse practitioners who are now able to first assist surgeons in the operative and procedural suites. As you can see, our school is expanding rapidly, and we're not quite done yet. So all 52 of these graduates have exceeded our expectations. I like to remind students, I would like to remind people that our students are extraordinary individuals. They display the courage to invest their time in new, innovative programs. They're extremely hardworking, resilient, and capable of managing a full-time job, family responsibilities, as you can see with all the children coming up, and maintain academic requirements. Our academic requirements are much more rigorous than other schools, as the students can attest to. But these graduates chose to take the tougher route, to face the challenge and not to take the easy way out. They accepted the challenge, and on behalf of the faculty and myself, I just want you to know that we have a lot of admiration for all of you. We look forward to all our graduates becoming our preceptors as well as faculty in the future. So to our graduates, continue to embody our values, be courageous, innovative, lead and pursue excellence. You have exemplified humanism and have embraced the commonalities and differences among yourselves, among your faculty, the healthcare teams that you have practiced with, and our consumers of health. Always remember you have an awesome responsibility to your school, to your workplace, and to society at large. There's no turning back now. You are nurse practitioners. Now, I would like to ask the class of 2019 to stand and turn around one more time. Thank all of those people that have helped you in this journey. And now for everybody, just to give a hand to the graduates. All right, graduates, you can have a seat. So in final closings, I would just like to thank all my colleagues, the president of Hofstra, the CEO and president of Northwell, Dr. Smith, everybody that helps us get this job done. Nobody is successful by themselves. It takes more than a village. I haven't come up with the exact word yet, but it does take more than a village. Thank you for all the families. These students could not have been able to finish successfully without all your help. Everyone, if you have time before you rush off with your family, please join us across the campus on the other side of Hempstead Turnpike at the University Club for a reception. The reception is sponsored by our new Honor Society, so we hope to see many of you there. It won't be long. It'll be a celebratory toast, little snacks, and then you can all be on your way. Thank you. Okay, if the students want to rise, let the students, the graduates, excuse me, out first.